Champions League is back, Thogden. I can't wait. We got 16 games to predict, loads of new teams. I don't even know where to start with this one.
The Champions League is bloody brilliant, and this will be the best one ever.
Right, first game, come on, straight into it.
It's got to be AC Milan against Newcastle, Theo. AC
No.
Milan and Newcastle.
I'm stopping you. Newcastle. Champions League. Are you serious?
These two teams have never met in a competitive game of football. Now, AC Milan got to the semi-finals. They'll fancy this.
Yeah.
But don't underestimate the Geordies.
No, I have to pinch myself to hear the club from the northeast are in such a grand competition. They've had a 20-year wait and they're bloody back. Sandro Tonali, though, that was the big transfer in the summer from Milan to Newcastle, and now he's returning to the San Siro. It's funny how the draw works out, eh?
Now, Newcastle have not had the best start to the season, but I do not underestimate them. I think there's a great project going on there.
Yes.
They're going to surprise people, starting with a 1-1 draw here.
1-1 draw?
Yes.
I like it, but I don't agree with you. I'm going to back them to win at San Siro 2-1. Rafael Leao is going to cook on Dan Burn.
Young boys against RB Leipzig. Now, young boys have got a terrible away record in this tournament, so they've got to go out here and win. But they're playing a decent German team, Theo.
Young boys at the Wankdorf Arena.
Sorry.
No,
Stop that. There's no need for that, Theo.
But that's the name of the club and the stadium they're playing at.
Oh, right, okay.
That's where RB Leipzig are travelling, Thogdad.
Yes. RB Leipzig are pretty good at getting through to the group phases. They've done that 3 times out of 5. Young boys will put up a fight, but it won't be enough.
Do you think the Leipzig
2-1
boys,
to Leipzig.
Do you think Leipzig are going to show who's the man? You know, who's the...
Theo, is that a joke?
Yeah.
Move on.
They've got loads of forward options, but really for me that stood out for RB Leipzig so far in the Bundesliga is Xavi Simon. And I think he's going to cook against young boys. And I think the full-time score is going to be 2-0 at the Wankdorf Arena.
Paris Saint-Germain against Borussia Dortmund is simply one of the most compelling ties of the round. Now, these are two teams, Theo, who love to get to the knockout. Now, PSG, 11 seasons running, have got through the group.
No, this used to be one of the biggest, most compelling games of the week with the Champions League football. Not anymore.
Ooh.
Like, we've lost all the big names. Neymar, Jude Bellingham, Haaland, they're all gone. Both these teams are going for a bit of a transition period, shall we say. So who's going to win it?
Well, Borussia Dortmund never draw against French opponent in this competition, Theo. So I reckon it's going to go narrowly with home advantage. 2-1.
Yeah, well, PSG, Ousmane Dembele, the Frenchman, didn't work out at Barca. He's got pace for days, but he's going to come up against new signing for Dortmund, Ben Sebaini. How many goals will be in this game? I don't know, but Mbappe is the real difference, and it's in Paris, the capital of France. I'm saying PSG to win 2-1.
Shakhtar Donetsk against FC Porto, and of course this is played on a neutral ground in Hamburg in Germany.
Okay.
Now Shakhtar have never beaten FC Porto in this tournament, and they don't often get through beyond the group stages, do
I
they?
think Mehdi Taremi is the difference for me. The fact that Porto striker did not go to Milan after the deadline day scenes, I think he'll get a goal. And Porto are going to win 2-0. I think they're going to clear out Shakhtar, Dad. I actually can't believe that they are in the Champions League.
Theo, do you remember the Thogdad facts?
No. Are you whipping
I've
one
got
out for
one,
this
I've
game?
got one.
How for this game you have a Thogdad back?
I've got one about FC Porto. This will surprise you. FC Porto have played 27 times in the Champions League. Only 2 teams have played more. That's Real Madrid and Barcelona.
Ooh.
That is a Thogdad fact.
What's the score prediction?
Shakhtar 0, Porto 1. Manchester City against Crvena Zvezda
Serbia.
of Serbia, Theo. Now, this has got to be the biggest mismatch of the tournament.
What?
Of course, Man City won it last time, Theo. 8 wins and 5 draws. Surely this is going to be
Dad,
one-sided.
Don't write off the Red Star Belgradians. Those boys beat Fiorentina 5-0 in a I know it's a friendly. They've got a goal scorer in Crasso. 6 goals in 6 starts. The Ivory Coast international. Let him cook. City are on a 9 home winning streak in the Champions League. Haaland scored 12 goals last year. I'm going to go straight to my prediction. 3-0 battering. I'm sorry. I love Red Star. I'm sure they're going to have an amazing away fan block. But when they go to the Maracana, it's a different story.
I reckon Man City will win this one 4-0. Lazio against Atletico Madrid. This is a tasty game in the city of Rome between 2 teams who are not doing great in their leagues this season.
The former Scudetto winning Diego Simeone has to go to Rome. And to be honest, he'll be looking for 3 points. I think Atletico could top this group.
You go back 19 games that Lazio have played in the Champions League, no clean sheets, Theo. So there could be a couple of goals here.
I like Barrios in the midfield. Him and Llorente work well together. Griezmann and Morata up top. This is another level to the players that we're talking at Lazio. Very hard to predict. They might just turn up against Atletico and win, like they did against Napoli. But for me, I'm saying no. Lazio 0, Atletico 1. And I think Griezmann's going to score a second half winner.
It's going to be a 1-1 draw.
Let's move on.
FC Barcelona against Royal Antwerp. And this is a team named after you, Theo.
What? Royal? I'm royalty, yes.
You're a bit of a twerp, Theo. And these are 2 teams who've not met met in about 60 years. That was in the old Fairs Cup.
Do you know what? I'm actually quite excited for the Catalonians this year. You've got João Felix, you've got Lewandowski, you've got the Moroccan Lamine Yamal breaking onto the scene, 16 years old. Remember the name.
Royal Antwerp, 65 years since they were in this tournament. The gulf in class here will be astounding. It's going to be 3-0 to the Catalan team.
I agree, 3-0. I mean, they're 5th in the Belgian league. There's not much hope for them.
Feyenoord against Glasgow Celtic. This is a repeat of...
And you'll never walk alone. Whoa, that was quite
That's
good.
not bad, actually.
I turned into a
I was just
choir
about to
there.
roast you, and suddenly you're an opera singer. But Theo, this is a repeat of the 1970 European Cup final.
happened in
Tell
that?
me what happened in that.
Dad, you were 2 years old.
What was actually?
Celtic won. They became European champions that day, didn't they?
No, they didn't. They became European champions in 67.
67.
Oh,
No,
I'm
shocker,
sorry.
eh?
You've just lost the pub quiz. But talk to me about this game, because Feyenoord's season has started very well. They're scoring 4 goals every game. Celtic's record in this tournament recently, last 21 games, 1 win. I don't think they're going to get anything on the road.
But they're smashing it in Scotland.
Yes.
Kyogo's on fire. Look, they've got the Scottish League, but in the Champions League, the level is too different. Feyenoord 2, Celtic 1, Jimenez winner.
Feyenoord 2, Celtic 0. Sorry, Celtic. Real Madrid against Union Berlin, and Union Berlin, Theo, becoming the 150th opponent of Real Madrid in Europe. Now, Real Madrid, most games in this competition, Theo, most goals, most wins, best win percentage, and they've won it 14 times. What else can we say?
Well, we can say Jude Bellingham is incredible. That man, against Getafe in the last minute, silenced him. He became the best English player in that match. Union Berlin, love them, but they need more experience in the Champions League. So overall, I'm going to go a 3-0 battering. Hosselu brace.
The gap in quality between these two teams is enormous.
Yeah,
it's
it
going to be 3-0 to Real Madrid. Galatasaray against FC Copenhagen.
Git.
Are you calling me a git?
No, it means go in Turkish, you mug!
Oh, that's all right then. 2 teams from the lesser European leagues, Theo. And Galatasaray only won 2 of the last 26 in this tournament.
But now they've got Zaha, and he's injured. But they do have Icardi, Torreira.
Might, Theo, but FC Copenhagen, do you not give them any chance in this game?
Copenhagen, they travel well. I don't know much of their team, I can't lie, but on paper, Galatasaray, better team, but they can bottle it. So I'm going to go a narrow 2-1 win, but I know the stadium will be rocking.
Galata will bottle this, I'm sorry.
Seriously, 1-0? That's a massive prediction.
It's a massive prediction. The bookies disagree with me, but I've said it.
Wow.
Bayern Munich against Manchester United. Cannot wait for this one, Theo. It is a repeat of the 99 Champions League final. We all know what happened there, don't we?
The history is class, but the reality now is Harry Kane, the Englishman, who was linked with Manchester United, is playing for the Germans. And he's going to be playing his Champions League debut against an English club. What a story. Do you think he'll score?
I think he will score, Theo. Bayern Munich are on form. Harry Kane's got 4 goals already for his new team.
But Manchester United, it's in complete freefall. Ten Hag job could be on the line if they get battered here. Kane could sack Ten Hag.
Harry Kane will sit down with his new teammates and he'll say to them, look, at Man United, famous club, but at the moment they are rubbish. Bayern Munich will win this one comfortably. I'm going 3-1.
I'm going to go 2-0. So same goal difference. How many goals for Kane?
2. Benfica against RB Salzburg. These are 2 teams who've never played before, believe it or not. But Benfica, they're always in this tournament, aren't they?
They're playing an Austrian side who are top of the league, ahead of Sturm Graz by 2 points. We're talking highest quality. Right now, Benfica got it in the lot, haven't they?
They have, Theo. And I reckon Benfica will win this one 2-1. RB Salzburg, I think once they got through to the last 16, but not this time.
Yeah, 2-1 Benfica.
Braga against Napoli. 2 more teams who've never played each other. Braga have been in this tournament before, but Napoli last season, quarter-finalists, big favourites.
Well, I commend the Portuguese lads. They went to Panathinaikos and went away with a 1-0 win. It was all against them. Now they're facing the South Italians, who are actually on a blip of form, Dad.
Yeah.
They lost to Lazio and they drew 2-2 to Genoa. It looks like the Scudetto holders are not going to make it back-to-back.
But Braga never drawn in this tournament. But I reckon this is going to be an away win. Napoli 2-1.
Yeah, straight to it. Braga 1, Napoli 2. We agree. Osimhen, Kvara, they're going to cook.
Arsenal against PSV Eindhoven, Theo. This is a tie with bad memories for Arsenal. 2007, PSV knocked them out.
Yes, and even last year in the Europa League, on goal difference, PSV beat them 2-1. Champions League nights are always important, but North London derby the week after, I think Arteta's going to have to rotate, and Martinelli just getting injured against Everton, that's not going to be good for his forward options, is it, Dan?
That isn't. PSV Eindhoven, do not underestimate them. They had a very good season so far. They're going to come there, give Arsenal a bit of competition.
The top of the league, Thog Dad.
Yes.
Feyenoord and Ajax? Where are they?
Well, the Eredivisie,
I
Theo,
changed
no disrespect, but it ain't the Premier League. For that reason, Arsenal masterclass 3-1.
No, it won't be. It won't be. They're
Well,
Arsenal won't
mark
score
my
3
words.
goals. I'm saying I'm going to go closer 2-1. And if PSV sneak a draw, you can all call Thog Dead a mug when we react to these predictions, because he's a mug. Yeah.
Sevilla versus Lens.
No,
Sevilla 20th in their division.
Nah.
Lens 17th out of 18. They've only got 1 point between them this season.
sorry.
Is this the worst game in the history of the Champions League?
I agree. Sevilla have lost 4 matches in a row. No more Bono. They've got financial issues. Lens lost their best player in Openda. So both teams lost their best player. You know, Lens have not won a game in 8 matches consecutive. Dad, how is this a Champions League match?
Theo, if you're Sevilla, do you want to get knocked out and win the Europa League again?
Don't even know. They won't though this time, Dad. They don't have the same team.
All right.
En-Nesyri will score and Sevilla will win 1-0. I'm just going to throw it out there.
Sevilla to win 2-1. Real Sociedad against Inter Milan is the final game, and Sociedad have not won in the last 12 games in this tournament, Theo, and Inter Milan this season 1-1, 1-1.
That's mad, but you know the Spaniards last out had an 8-goal thriller, and it's all because of Takefusa Kubo, the Japanese winger. He's cooking, he's got a brace, he's their best player, and I think Inter should be a little bit worried. I've got a feeling Sociedad are going to cause a bit of an upset at home here.
No chance, Theo.
Really? Are you gassing Inter just because of that Milan derby result?
I'm gassing them because they're playing well this season,
Yep.
because Sociedad have been bottling this tournament recently. I'm going to go 2-1 to the Italians.
Fair play. I mean, AC Milan are a solid team, but 5-1 result is crazy. And I think it's because they kept the core from the previous year. I think they're going to go to this away trip and they're going to be a bit stunted, a bit tired. 2-2 draw. Don't worry, I'm not disrespecting Inter. I don't think they're going to fall out this group, but this match in particular, I just got a weird feeling. We've been through 16 games, Tuesday and Wednesday nights sorted. See you on the live stream Tuesday night. Thog Dad will be here. This setup, loads of bants, and let us know your predictions for the big games in the comments. See you all in a bit. Bye-bye.